Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, especially the NFC East, you know that things are heating up in a way we haven't seen in years. And one of the biggest stories right now, and I mean a story with the potential to reshape the division, involves the Indianapolis Colts and their ongoing rebuild process. According to insiders and sources close to the league, like Diana Rossini, the Colts are seriously considering a blockbuster move, trading their star running back Jonathan Taylor, possibly in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft. That's right, a potential game-changer not just for the Colts but for the entire NFL landscape. And for us Giants fans, this could be a pivotal moment, a shift that might actually serve as a catalyst for our team to rise in ways we hadn't anticipated. Now let's set the scene. The Colts, sitting at a record of 3-5 in the current season, have faced significant struggles, especially on defense, which is allowing an alarming 27 points per game. That's not a good look at all, and it's clear they're in a phase of reevaluation. With the upcoming trade deadline on November 4th, the team is under pressure to make moves that can accelerate their rebuild. The interesting part is that trading Taylor, a Pro Bowl running back at just 26 years old, could be a strategic move to free up cap space. About $12 million, on top of their current $15 million in available cap room. So it's not just about acquiring picks, it's also about financial flexibility, which they desperately need to build a stronger offensive line and bolster other key positions for the future. And let's talk about Jonathan Taylor himself, because he's not just any running back. Drafted in 2020 in the second round, Taylor has quickly established himself as one of the best in the league. Over his career, he's amassed over 400 rushing yards, averaging nearly 4.8 yards per carry, with 52 rushing touchdowns. He's also a threat in the passing game, with over 100 receiving yards and 4 receiving touchdowns. His PFF grade hovers around 82, which puts him in the top 10 among running backs, and his EPA per carry at plus 0.18 shows how effective he is when he gets the ball. In 2025, he's been solid, with 142 carries for 712 yards, an impressive 5 yards per rush, and 5 rushing touchdowns. Plus, he's been reliable with no injuries after returning from an ACL tear in 2023, and he's explosively versatile with most of his runs, about 78%, coming from inside the tackles, often gaining 4 or more yards per run. That kind of explosiveness is rare, and it reminds many analysts of Derrick Henry's style of dominance in the trenches. But why would the Colts consider trading such a talent? Well, there are multiple reasons. First, their cap situation. They have about $15 million in cap space, and with the recent extension of QB Anthony Richardson, who's earning around $45 million per year, they need to be strategic to stay flexible. Taylor's contract, which will be around $14 million in 2026, is eating up a significant part of their cap, especially when they need to invest in their offensive line and other core areas. Their OL has been leaking pressure, allowing about 25% of opponent pressures, and that's been a problem, especially with their rushing attack, which has dropped about 20% in EPA without Taylor. It's clear that losing him would hurt their run game significantly, but they might see this as a necessary sacrifice to rebuild efficiently. And it makes sense, considering their record, their need for youth along the offensive line, and the fact that they are trying to set up a more sustainable future after giving Richardson that hefty extension. Now, that's where it gets even more interesting for us Giants fans, because if the Colts do decide to trade Taylor, it could have a ripple effect that benefits our team immensely. The Giants, sitting at 2-6 this season, have struggled to generate a consistent run game. Their current rushing attack ranks 28th in the league, averaging just 3.6 yards per carry and scoring only 14 rushing touchdowns all season. That's a huge area for improvement. Adding a player like Taylor could dramatically change the dynamics of our offense. Imagine him teaming up with Tracy Jr., who's already shown flashes with 412 yards at 4.2 yards per carry. That would create a real committee attack, explosive, versatile, and difficult for defenses to handle. Taylor's presence would take so much pressure off Daniel Jones, allowing him to play more comfortably and open up the play-action game. With Taylor's ability to gain yards inside the tackles and break off big runs, our offense could see a boost of about 220 rushing yards per game, a 17% increase in EPA per run, and a significant reduction in turnovers, which has been an issue this season. The Giants' offensive line has also faced its share of struggles, especially with Scatibo sidelined by an ankle injury, which has impacted third down efficiency, going from 34% to 42% in conversions. Having Taylor would give us that extra gear, that additional threat that keeps defenses honest, especially in crucial moments. And of course, we need to talk about the bigger picture, because the addition of Taylor could be a real game changer in the playoff race. The Giants' Super Bowl odds, which currently sit at plus 20-0, could see a massive boost if they manage to land him. With Taylor as an X-factor, the Giants' chances of pulling off some surprises in the postseason increase dramatically. Their win probability in big games, especially against teams like the Eagles, who are known for their stout run defense, allowing just 7 yards per carry, would go up. And in MetLife, with the right game plan and Taylor's explosive burst, the Giants could turn their season around, making a genuine push in the NFC. Now, it's important to understand that this isn't just a pipe dream. The NFL trade deadline is approaching, and the league is buzzing with rumors and speculation. The Colts, by potentially trading Taylor, could set themselves up for a rebuild that focuses on youth and cap flexibility, especially with the looming need to develop their offensive line and other key positions. For the Giants, if this move happens, it's a clear sign that they're serious about competing now, not just rebuilding. They're looking for that missing piece that can elevate their offense from mediocre to dangerous, and Taylor might just be that piece. His history of explosive plays, combined with his ability to carry a heavy workload, makes him a perfect fit for a team looking to punch above its weight in the playoffs. And let's not forget about the impact on the NFC East. The division is already competitive, but adding a player of Taylor's caliber to the Giants would shift the balance of power even further. The Eagles, with their strong front seven, would have to contend with a more dynamic Giants rushing attack. The Cowboys, who are always tough, would face a new challenge in trying to contain a back like Taylor. It's these kinds of moves that keep the league exciting and unpredictable. It's just a matter of time before we see how this story unfolds, but one thing is for sure. If Taylor does land in New York, it will be a game changer, a move that could define the next era of Giants football. So, as Giants fans, we should be paying close attention to these developments. Because it's rare to see a trade that can impact the entire division, the playoff picture, and the future of a franchise quite like this. Taylor's potential arrival could ignite our offense, lift the spirits of the team and fans alike, and maybe even push us back to the top of the NFC. It's the kind of move that makes this season so intriguing and gives us hope that maybe, just maybe, we're on the cusp of something special. The Giants have been through ups and downs, but with a move like this, they could be setting the stage for a memorable comeback, one that fans will remember for years to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So what do you think, Giants fans? Would you love to see Jonathan Taylor in that blue and red? Do you believe he's the missing piece that can finally get us back to the Super Bowl? I want to hear your thoughts, your predictions, your hopes. Drop your comments below because your opinion really matters. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more deep dives, and all the latest news on the New York Giants. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this Giants family growing. Together, we're building something special, and who knows? Maybe this trade, if it happens, will be the move that takes us all the way back to the promised land, to that Super Bowl glory we've been dreaming of since 2011. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you in the next video.